2, 1, and we're live. Welcome to the Walmart Sellers Podcast with myself and my co-host over here, James, Red Olive Industries on Instagram. We decided 11 hours ago or something we were going to start a podcast, and so
It's not a podcast till we have 11 episodes.
Yeah, I have 2 failed podcasts on my resume, and so I told him, we can't really start calling it a podcast until, we're probably not going to make it to 10 episodes. We're probably gonna get busy, and also we're starting it on September 13th, which means that we'll be, eyeball deep in Q4 crap soon. So there's no chance this is going to turn into anything.
Positivity, man. Come on.
So the title of this podcast show, whatever we're going to call it, is Walmart Sellers, the top 5 questions that we get from all of our friends. So all you people out there, this can be like it can be a reference video. So when someone is like, "Hey man, can I hop on a phone call with you? I have a few questions. I'm trying to get started with Walmart." I'm going to say, before we do that, go watch this video because I'm tired of answering the same 5 questions with every single person. And no, it's whatever. Like I make content, so like I gotta answer DMs, but it's funny because you're all asking the same crap. So this
For
is
real.
my notes so far is nothing. So we have a title. What are the top 5 questions? What are they? What do you
The number one question is, oh my God, Keepa doesn't exist. What do I use?
Is there a Keepa?
There absolutely not.
Yeah.
For everyone out there, there is nothing along the lines of what Keepa is for Amazon sellers.
Which brings us to question number 2. How do you know what sells? All right, so I'll write that down.
There you go. That's a hand-in-hand question right there.
How do you know what sells? All right, we're gonna answer all these questions and more soon. Let's see. Third question. Let's see what do I
What
get.
tools do you use?
Yeah. Or if you're under 25, what's your tech stack? Or no, what do they call it? What's your
I have no idea.
all the kids with the broccoli hair call it something like tech stack or something like that. All right.
I need to Google that. I have no idea.
What softwares do you use? All right, I'll answer that real fast in a second. What softwares do you use? And the format of this this failing podcast that we've already decided is going to fail. We're going to do 20 minutes of like focused content that's like we're trying to rush through to get valuable stuff out. So that'll be the title. And then after that, we'll just kind of, bullcrap and talk and, shoot the crap with just Walmart stuff that's going on. So, all right. So
and eventually have people on here who like us and want to have conversations with us.
Yeah, if you sell on Walmart and you sell more than James, we want to, because James sells more than me. We want to have you on and pick your brain because it really is the Wild West. Like we're gonna share like some stuff that's working for us, but like we're not experts. Like we're just 2 guys that are doing it. And
I play an expert on Discord.
Yeah, well, yeah, he kind of does. That's true, but that's because he answers all the questions. Everybody's like asking questions nobody will answer, and you ask in the Discord, and James is like, "Oh no, I'm plugging our Discord already."
That's okay.
Dang it! This is supposed to be non-monetized. Okay, what's question number 4?
What does this error mean when I list something?
Yeah, I've heard it's clunky. How do I get past the errors?
Yep.
Boy,
is it fucking clunky, man.
Yeah.
They are making improvements for everyone out there. If you want to be a Walmart seller, get in right now.
I agree. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up my last few buddies that have asked questions. If I can't find something real quick, then we'll move on. But
we'll figure something eventually. Fees? We can talk about fees.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great question. What are the fees more
comparable, more or less? Yep.
We'll just put how do the fees work? Um, work. Great. Awesome. Podcast done. All right, let's answer these questions and then we'll go on. The drink for tonight, for anyone wondering, is hot apple cider because
Ooh.
everybody in my family has turned up sick, and so this has vitamin C in it. So I'm convincing myself that's going to help. We'll see.
With no extra adult beverage in there.
Not tonight.
Ugh.
Maybe next podcast. We'll break out the. Hey, we're doing a grand opening for the warehouse
Ooh.
around my birthday, and I have this bottle of Tesla tequila that I've been hoarding with the fantasy that I'm going to sell it to somebody. I don't know. We're just going to drink it all and then sell the bottle. So,
Absolutely.
all right. Question number one, James, Walmart expert, Red Olive Industries. Is there a Keepa?
No,
For
there
Walmart.
isn't a Keepa. It Walmart. So they are unlike Amazon. They don't release their API easily or cheaply. Apparently, you have to pay to get access to it or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, so the chances of one coming out anytime soon, I think, are also kind of minimal.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to build your own strategy to get a Keepa, and that like completely segues into question number two, right? How do you know what's selling?
Yeah.
Um, oh, you don't, but there's a couple things you can look at. Um, so for me, I particularly look at just overall reviews on listings, right? And I believe you do the same thing.
Number one
That
review.
is the number one thing I look at. What I've been looking at a lot more lately too is, kind of what you would do in Amazon. If there's a lot of sellers, I'm probably not going to get as many.
Yeah.
Um, and then just buy it and sell it and see how fast it sells.
Uh,
That's
so it's like Amazon in 2014 or 2012. Like we're early, and so you don't get to know some of that. And I'll talk about some of the softwares here in a second that are out there. That are maybe wannabe keepas, but aren't there yet. But yeah, I mean, you're kind of just in the dark in a lot of ways. You can look for the badges above the listing on Walmart. It'll say bestseller or 50 plus sold today, or like things like that, and that can give you an idea. And another thing I like to do is find the ASIN on Amazon for the same exact product and see how you can read the Keepa for the Amazon, and so that's a little bit more data. If it's a product that's selling 4,000 times a month on Amazon, there's definitely going to be some carryover. Almost definitely going to be some carryover, and even if it's 10%, that's still really good. Still a really good piece of data to have. And so number one, reviews. Number two, read the badges. Number three, look at the Keepa for the Amazon correlating ASIN, just to see how it's doing on Amazon. But number four is something that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. Like, just use your gut. Like, you've been. When did you start reselling? Actually arbitrage stuff. How long? How
uh,
long?
I opened my Amazon account in 2018 in December,
Nice.
I think.
Yeah, mine was 2017, right there in that same.
Yeah.
And then, like,
So
seriously selling something every single day, it's been 5+ years or something for us.
yeah, I'm about the same. Full time 2 years, 2.5 years now. Um,
Jeez, that's
yeah, I
crazy.
know,
I
right? Time
remember when
flies.
you were talking about that. Yeah,
So
but use your gut. Like, what's your experience tell you?
yeah,
If
you
it's
call it the spidey sense, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you see something on the shelf, you're not sure about the data, you scan it, you're just not sure. Did it make you tingle a little bit, right? Like that's the measure. Like, if I'm deciding if I'm gonna buy 2 or if I'm gonna buy 12, a lot of times it's just the spidey sense gut, and then after you've sold it a couple times, then you have your own data, and then you have your own Keepa for that
Yep.
product. You can look back very regularly. I was outsourcing today. I have the Walmart Sellers app because I am super cool and got invited on the beta. So hopefully everybody on here will have it. But like, I still have it pulled up where let's see. Let me clear out these searches so you can't reverse click or whatever. but I literally pulled it up. It was on my screen when I opened the app. I go in into all my orders, and then I searched by SKU, and I
Yep.
looked how many times have I sold this product, and I bought an entire cart full today of a
Ooh,
specific product.
hell yeah.
And do you remember the one that I told you that's selling like Walmart's here, but I'm selling it up here? Uh, I don't know if you'll remember. I'll tell you when we get off. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say it on a recording. But real good product, and I'm making $11 a pop or something. And so I looked back, and I've sold it 9 times in the last 30 days, but I
Ooh,
wasn't in stock for that entire time. So I bought everything that was at that store, and
yeah.
that's my Keepa. So that's kind of how my backdoor way to
Absolutely.
have that data.
There's also for everyone who's not doing WFS or Walmart fulfillment, which is Walmart's equivalent to Amazon FBAs. They have restock suggestions, which you can take with a grain of salt. Like, you don't have to send what they tell you or suggest that you send. But to me, that data exists as well for a reason, right? They want you to stay in stock. They want you to continue selling a product that's moving because they make money, you make money, right? Um, and it seems to be for a 30-day supply is the
Yeah,
number they want. So that's another kind of extra way you can kind of get a little bit information on stuff you're already selling. Now, it doesn't work until you've sold, a handful of items in a relatively immediate amount of time. They're pulling you extra data for 30 days worth of potential projected sales based on how much volume you've sold in the last month. So always look at those numbers too.
great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, if I'm sending in a WFS shipment and I have 4, but it's requesting 60, I take a note on that. Like, that's important data to have.
Yep.
And also keep in mind that that's not going to reflect for anything that you haven't sold recently. So that data goes away once you haven't sold it for a bit. So like your beautiful replen from February of this year, we're in September now, is not going to tell you anything on, which kind of stinks. You know, be good at keeping up with that and knowing, like, don't let there be lost replens, which was a
Build
kind
your
of
list.
yeah,
Build your list.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And to the one-off sellers out there that they love to go clearance hunting, and you're selling one here and one there, like that works good. But in my opinion, the way to really get the meat on the bone with Walmart is once you've sold an item like 20 or 30 times. And so like if you have the choice to analyze and test a one-off, or if you can test something that you have a deep supply of that you could get thousands of if you want, test that first, because having the replen, like there's a lot more money in selling two than there is selling one.
Absolutely.
All right. We're 13 minutes in. All right, let's see. We need to add some value to these people in the next 7 minutes. What softwares do you use?
Do I use?
Tell us all your secrets.
Oh man, I use none, basically. Um,
The Walmart.
yeah.
Customer.
So I'm very basic. I am the basic bitch of Walmart seller. I don't see there's tools. There's tons of tools that are either in development, being developed, or already just recently developed. Right. Um, I'm not affiliated with any of them. I've tried a few of them. They weren't for me. The best thing that I found is literally the Walmart in-store app. It's all I need. Google Sheets and that's what I got.
And a
Um,
calculator.
I recently just built out our replen sheet because we were falling behind. I have I'm gonna pull it up because I want to see how many too, because it makes me feel good. Um,
I'm gonna try to read it through your glasses.
that's funny. I have 142 replens on my sheet.
That's amazing.
Yes. Um, and I made because for those who don't know, I'm a two-person business. It's not just me who's in this business. So being able to communicate like, hey, buy this, don't buy this, whatever. It's a chore if you don't um if you don't communicate that, and sometimes it's hard to do that, whether or not like they may be out shopping, I'm not.
Yeah.
So I did a buy, no buy, or a test buy column. It's just check boxes that I can move back and forth. Which storefront can it go to? Should it go to? Where to buy it from? The name of the product, the SKU, and the UPC, and the ASINs on there if it's got an Amazon listing. Um, that's it. That's all I
Yeah.
use for Walmart.
So you got a Google Sheet, you got the Walmart customer app, which is already on everybody who's watching this. It's already on your freaking phone.
Yep.
And we can go over this in a second with the fees, but literally you're just scanning something. It says resale is $10. You're doing the math in your head. 15% off, minus fulfillment fee. That's about minus cost of goods. That's where the profit is.
Yep.
Buy, no buy, next product.
So I guess you could say a calculator too, but
Yeah.
everyone's got that on their phone. I feel like that's like implied.
Yeah. I said that earlier. You didn't hear me.
Oops.
So I can talk a little bit more about the softwares because I changed my name recently on social media to Cody Does Walmart, which I guess got a lot of people excited who were developing stuff for Walmart. And so, there's a bunch of people that are wanting to be the seller amp or the inventory lab for Walmart or whatever. So, we'll see if they pull it off. I don't know. I'm not doing
Hey,
anything fun.
someone makes an inventory lab for Walmart, I will fucking pay for that.
If someone would have a service that would like where I can just shoot a UPC and then in 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes, it shoots back WFS eligible listing in my Walmart seller account, that would be worth money. Like that would be so whoever watches this, somebody go do that.
Yeah.
And then
Somebody could easily do a inventory lab comparable inventory management system. Like, do you have inventory lab?
not currently, no.
Okay. I use the Scoutify buy list for Amazon like crazy. Like it makes inputting everything easy, right?
Yeah.
If somebody could build that app that spits out the like combines everything, averages your cost of goods and your whatever. Well, Walmart doesn't even care about any of that. But if it just like compresses your unit count and um like your SKU and your product and spits it out in the Excel document that you can upload for doing WFS shipments.
Yeah. And then you
Come on,
just drag
guys.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
drag it over. Yeah,
Copy paste,
that could
download
work.
it, upload it. Like if somebody could do that, I would pay several hundreds of dollars a year to make my life easier.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully there's a lot of people talking a big game, so we'll see what they come up with. But currently, you have Data Spark, which I've used. It's all right. I mean, I haven't used it in months, so maybe they have better stuff now. It's all right. Nepeto, which I use, they have they have a free extension, and then I have their paid version too. And the reason I bring that up for Walmart is they have a tool where you can source from Amazon to Walmart, and that's what I mainly use for Walmart. Like that's probably the one that I actually use is that one little feature for Walmart.
They're good. They're good. If it wasn't
Agreed.
so expensive, I would
It's
like
not cheap, yeah.
no.
But that's a trend. Another one to bring up is Flash Pricer, which I was an affiliate for. I really I really thought that the price would go down after kind of some of the stuff that was happening with them, and it didn't. And they're digging in at that $200 a month price to be a
And
repricer.
not
So
to dig at them or anything, but when you see some names of people who say they're not using it anymore, and you're like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I used it, worked great for me, but I'm not using it now for $200 a month. Didn't make sense for our store size. Let's see. There's Martyr, which is a scanning app. It's kind of like SellerAmp. For scanning in the store, just use your Walmart app. It's going to be way, way faster. Like the Walmart customer app works great. And you can see the store price while you're scanning, which is, the best way to do it. Now, there's not another way to do it. That's the best
Yeah.
way to do it in store.
If you're trying to do Walmart to Walmart flips, it's no comparison between Nepeto and just using the Walmart seller app. Now, if Nepeto could include some of the like, okay, they're in stock for pickup but not shipping, and like
Yeah, they have
you know,
zero, none of
if
that.
they could pull that in, that might be a little more to where I would want to use it.
Yeah.
Um,
But the Chrome extension for Martyr, which Martyr and Nepeto are the same company, the Chrome extension for Martyr I use consistently every day, and it's free. And so that's that's a good tool. And then the other tool I was going to mention is oh shoot, we just hit 20 minutes. We gotta hurry.
just
Um,
just go until we're done. It's cool. We're
um,
first episode. We
This is
no
a failed.
pressure.
It's a failed podcast already, anyway. So, Celebrate is something I use every day. They
Still
send
great.
me,
Yep.
yeah, they send me a daily report of my sales. They send me like there's a bunch of that you just connect it, and it's kind of like Seller Board that does the same type of idea.
Yeah.
There's some people in the Discord that use the paid version. I just use I just use the free version.
Same. I just want it for the daily. I guess I do use that. I look at it every couple of days just to make sure. It just tells you your gross sales. It
Yeah,
doesn't give you much more. It gives you a SKU breakdown. The weekly report is really good for that too, just to see kind
yeah,
of like what got pushed for the whole week. But they do a keyword tracker too. I never opened that.
yeah. I don't mess with that. One other thing that I do that is worth mentioning, every Monday and every Thursday, I have my admin VA pull all of my orders. Um, I think she does for the last 3 days, whatever the difference is there. So maybe it's 3 or 4 days, but she puts that into one Excel sheet and then sorts the title, and so I can just visually click through and see what's selling, and then like what's not selling. So
That's smart.
yeah, so it's like kind of like a and it's redundant because I'm already doing that, but it kind of highlights like, oh, I just sold 15 of this product. I know I don't have that many more. I need to replenish it, or check it out and see what's going on. So that's a process that's really worked for me, and it's super easy to do. Like you just go to your orders, custom date, and then do the sheet.
Are you just doing like a week's worth or?
So she does it on Monday when she comes in, and then the last thing that she does it for Thursday. So
But
it's
but you're just doing like Thursday
just
to
the last
Monday,
2 days.
Monday to
You're
Thursday.
right.
Okay,
But yeah.
gotcha. I like that. I
Yeah,
I get
and
where you say I get where you're saying it could be repetitive, but it's still good to like refresh your brain because sometimes like you might forget that one thing you sold 50 of in like 3 days. Like
for sure, yeah, and doing everything from memory when your memory is not that great is so and then sorting it by the title. It's real easy to just scroll
yeah,
through and see like I sold one of those, but I sold however many, and then one report it might be like 50 of the same thing. Like it's just like a whole page, and you're like, heck yeah, like
let's go
that's
buy 400 now.
right, yeah. So yeah, that. Let's see other tools. Let's see. I don't want to miss anything obvious. Oh,
Uh,
I tried Bizmetrica. Didn't like it. Not a fan.
Repricer, the either manual or do the Walmart one. I'm just gonna circle back to your other
Yeah,
thing. A lot of people are seeing a lot of success with the Walmart Repricer. I think they did some work to it. It
yeah.
seems to be better. Try it out before you
Repricing
pay.
up now, right?
Yeah. Um, what? I'm gonna look through your affiliate list. I'm sure you have something in there that.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah. This
Do you want to talk about like loan offer stuff? Is that technically that's not really a tool, I guess, but
yeah. There's some good stuff. But yeah, I'm not using anything for Walmart other than what they offer. That's a good question though. If
yeah,
they will start offering you money when you do some good sales, then
just
Walmart will offer you a
watch your
loan.
interest rate though. It's
Yeah,
kind of high sometimes.
yeah. The first one I got was amazing. I guess they give you the sweet offer up front, and then one of them was like, I'm not doing like even me. I'm like, I don't think I want to pay that. So yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's it. There's probably something we're forgetting or not thinking of, and there's probably stuff out there that we don't even know about yet. but that's the ones we've talked about for
Yeah,
tools.
I'm sure like something is going to come along in the next 6 months because look how many tools have released in the last 6 months, right? This major push from Amazon to Walmart, which is the reason kind of I started doing Walmart, right? Um,
Hmm.
just I've only been on Walmart for 2 years, really only doing Walmart correctly. WFS 99% of my items for the last year.
Yeah,
Um, so much has changed already. Like Martyr didn't exist.
yeah. So much has changed, like in the last 12 months. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah,
Even
it's
the
complete.
login screen's different.
It's better, in my opinion. I mean, it's better. Like,
It's getting
I
there, that's for sure.
don't, I don't know if it's good yet. It's definitely not good yet, but it's better. All right,
It
question number 4. I've heard it's clunky. How do I get past the errors and etc.?
When in doubt, open a case. That's literally
That's
like
a good answer.
that's the answer, and
Yeah,
people don't want that to be the answer.
yeah.
So for those who don't know, when you go to list something on Walmart, um, when you're scanning it or trying to add something, you don't have any reference of okay, I can't sell this item.
Yep.
What's going to happen is you're going to list your item. It's going to allow you to list the item, which can be very bad. Cody has a few, potential dollars in some products that he listed, bought before he listed, came home, listed them, and now he can't sell them
I have an
because you're,
entire table of stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Um, so what do you do, guys? You go to your inventory, you see, oh crap, under the status column where it's telling you, okay, it's published, it's unpublished, is an error. If it says error in a little red box, mouse over that box and see what it says. So I have 4 currently. I click it and only 3. So this first error that I have, this item is prohibited because it violates one of our legal or compliance policies. For
Yep.
more details, create a case for partner support and include the code word comp, COMP. This is what we're calling a comp error when anyone asks about it.
I have
Oh,
91.
oof. Um, ow. Um, open a case, see
Yeah.
what they say. Um, The other one I have is a code IP. So yes, Walmart does give out IP complaints. Both Cody and I got one. It was like Tuesday night
Very sad. Very
on
sad.
the same brand.
Hmm.
Hilarious. But we both do RA, so we run across a lot of the same products, even though we're not in the same area. Um, so that one's unpublished due to intellectual property. Okay, that's okay. That one you probably can't open a case on. That's
Yeah.
fine. This other one is code CP, and it's a Walmart content policy one, and it's this one. Um, I opened a case on it, and it's because the main image is gone, and I can't update it, so I pulled my inventory for that one. Um, there's
What the
other.
heck? All of my Squishmallow are under. I shouldn't have said that brand.
That's
Uh,
okay.
they're all. Oh, I guess don't sell it. They're all under error now. Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's
that's.
been happening. Both Barbie and AJ both had that, so it should clear in a couple
Oh,
days.
I'm gonna have to recall.
You might not have to recall it. Give it like a week before you do anything.
Oh no, my whole mood just changed. That's
Yeah.
terrible. I shouldn't have looked at this. I shouldn't have pulled this.
Um,
Anyways, yeah.
do you know? Do you remember what the gated one is? Is it it's just you can't sell it comp error? I can't remember.
Let's
I haven't
see.
had one in a hot minute.
Yeah, I have one recently. Um, let's see. All unpublished.
Oh, pre-approval. It's certain
Yeah,
items in the
yeah, yeah.
categories require pre-approval. So
Yep.
this one for you guys is the one that's gated. So that you have to open a case and get ungated, which
But
probably should be one of our questions. How do you get ungated on Walmart? Because,
yeah.
but whatever.
Well, don't get don't get discouraged because most of the errors you can get by, but here's the strategy that I use with these errors and why I have so many, and I'm not that upset about most of them. Maybe a few of them now I'm looking at it. My strategy is I purchase products that I can sell on Walmart, but worst case, I can also sell on Amazon too. And so, I have a back door. So if I can't sell it, run into a roadblock, it has one of these errors on Walmart because you just can't predict it. You can't know until you really start putting them in. Um, there's a way you can quickly look, but like you're not going to do that with a cart full of crap. When you're just trying to go balls to the wall, sourcing RA. Um, I'm looking for products that are on Walmart, but then worst case, I can also offload on Amazon. And so that, I mean, just saying that sentence should take a ton of pressure off of you. Like everybody asks what this should, I guess this is question number 6, but like, how do I know what to sell? Just start by scanning everything twice. Scan it with, you're already out there. So, you scan freaking, you scan I don't want to show that either. I just went. You scan whatever product.
Scan this beef jerky stick.
Yeah, you're already scanning it for Amazon to see is it profitable. Well, then just whip out, swipe it over, whip out your Walmart app and check. And what you're going to see is a trend of less sellers, higher profit in a podcast. Go sell at Walmart.
And relevant to that, what he just said, right? Less sellers, higher profit. The Q4 Bolo that's going to come out here anytime soon is going to have 300 Amazon sellers by the end of November. It'll probably
Yeah.
have like 30 or 40 on Walmart.
Yep.
Just remember that.
Totally agree. And even like, yes, there's price tanking, but and there's certainly going to be more for sure. It's going to be a thing, but with like 90% less sellers, it heals back faster because if it's a good product, they're price tanking, they're just going to sell out. And then, instead of it jumping up a penny, it tends to jump up, dollars, and you can see the products rebound. And so like don't like come up with an excuse and then just say I'm just not going to mess with it like that. That's the other people that don't ask the questions. They're just like, I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm just I heard that Dan Thousand Asins is has a whole department where he's listing on Walmart now. I was like, that's the coolest crap I ever heard. Like you're just killing it on Amazon. And
Hmm.
so it just creates a small team that's taking all of their current ASINs and scanning it twice and just looking to see is there opportunity on this new platform. And it's exciting. I mean, that's kind of where we started, and now we're trying. Our drive is we want to get to 100K months on Walmart. Like that's our goal and kind of what we're working towards. So um, don't get upset over errors. Like it's gonna
Yep.
happen. Like
When in
anticipate.
doubt, open a case. That's all
Yeah,
you need to know for Walmart. Literally anything. When in doubt, open a case. Now, whether or not you get a good response, hit or miss, just like
yeah, sure.
Amazon. That
Yeah,
it's the same people doing Amazon or doing Walmart. It's they they're paid on how many cases they close, and this is confirmed from Walmart people higher up, from the conference, from
interesting.
other people. Like it is secondhand information to me because I didn't go, but that's how they're paid.
Mm.
So they are inclined to solve your problem without actually solving your problem. Reopen the case, keep going, ask for management. It's doable. We have a friend of ours who chatted with the VP of WFS about all the issues she's been having. It's doable. When in doubt, open a case, open it again, open it again, open it again.
It's great advice. Hey, you're gonna be disappointed in me. I hired a service to do all my
Reimbursements,
do all my reimbursements.
bro.
'Cause I just kept looking at it. I was like,
You don't have time though. I get
I
it.
don't want to do this. Like I would sit down. I'm like, we're gonna freaking do it. And it was just like, I'm
Okay,
gonna pay somebody 25% to just do all this for me.
20
And
vote. Jesus, man. For Amazon, I understand, but
yeah, yeah,
okay. So I want to do a guessing game for you.
okay.
And this will reveal some of my sales volume. I've sent 20,000 units to WFS this year. How much money do you think I've gotten back from reimbursements from just WFS?
20,000 units reimbursements
Oh,
just
since that actually it's 20,000 since October of last year. That's when I started doing WFS.
nice. Okay. Um, Hashtag rich friends.
Not even.
All right, so your average sale price is probably $15 to $20. So that's I'm gonna guess $3,000.
$8,562.
That makes me so sad because I didn't do any reimbursements at all, and
Yep.
I'm past the deadline for so much of that. Like,
Now,
there's
one shipment was 3,600 because they lost the whole entire shipment of 452 units. And another one was 1,418. So I did have some exceptionally high amounts
oh,
in two shipments.
I know that's
Um,
happened to me. I know it has.
yeah,
I'm
and
sure it has.
it's painful. And I'm gonna do some quick computer math here, right? You're gonna be paying somebody $2,140.
I
So,
yeah, I'm so cheap, but
bro, teach your VA how to do it.
I should do
Give
that.
her 5%.
Yeah, yeah, I should. All right, next topic. I am disappointment received. I will add that to my psyche. Okay, last question, and then we can get to the bull crapping, shooting the crap section of this podcast, this failed podcast. All right, how
Episode
do
number 1 of our failed podcast.
how do the fees work on selling on Walmart? How do the fees work, James?
They work pretty easy actually. So, at most, whether you sell seller fulfilled or WFS, you're paying at most for normal stuff. There's a couple exceptions. 15% referral fee
Off the top, just like
off
an
the top. Yep.
yeah.
So you're going to take your sale price and subtract 15%. If you're doing seller fulfilled, obviously it's minus cost of goods minus shipping for your profit. For WFS, it's minus your WFS fulfillment fee, which is at lowest $3.45 for anything under 1 pound packed. So that means it has to be 11 ounces in your hand. Will ship out to the customer for $3.45. If it's
So
two
then it would
ounces,
be if it's $10, then you're just taking 15% off. It'd be $8.50 minus $3.45 minus cost of goods. That's your profit.
exactly. So it's simple math.
Yep.
Um, anything, I think 1 to 2 pounds packed is 4.45, and then it goes up from there. And
And it's
there is,
4.95, and then it's five something, and then
yeah,
it's yeah.
10, like it gets bigger and bigger obviously as you go up, right? But there is also dimensional weight. So if you have an oversized item, that's a whole different set of math. Walmart lays it out pretty easily, and there is a profit calculator that you can use for in the seller help section, um, which will give you dimensional fulfillment fees if you need that. And it's a pretty quick link. You can just pull it up on your phone and
Yeah, I've done that
enter
a couple
like
times.
rough weight and dimensions and get your profit that way.
Yeah, and just to plug the Discord that we're not going to plug because this is not a monetized failed podcast. We have an entire Walmart course that has like all the links and the different things. We should put out like a free like just starter guide that has some of those, like, just so because like if somebody wants to not pay $9 a month to be in there, or whatever, like, then like they have something that they can work with, but it's all kind of on the internet. Like, if you go to seller.walmart.com, I think it is, like, you have like all the links that show like how the fees work. Like, they're real detailed. I'll say this though, you can't just trust it up front because there's some items that you think are going to be 345 and they're absolutely charging 495, and that doesn't, like, obviously it sounds like it's a dollar or whatever, dollar and some change, but like that makes all the difference in the world if you're selling like,
Volume seller.
yeah, volume seller of a low ASP item, like a $10 item that you're selling. You can be losing money real easy at that $10 sell price because if the fee's wrong, or there's another fee for anything under $10. Amazon rewards you. Well, Walmart gives you a
Punishes.
penalty. So like $9.99 and under, you get an extra dollar fee. So like I see a WFS seller at $9.99, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, because they're paying an extra dollar and then it's just eating into their fees down, and then their fulfillment fee could be higher than they think it is. And so like you can pull it. It's an easy report to pull to double check that.
If it's hazmat too, there's an extra 50 cents on top as well
And
that you
if it's
have to.
apparel, yeah, apparel has an extra.
Oh, I don't sell apparel, but that's good to know.
Yeah. So check your reports. It's mostly right. Like I'd say I'm probably like 85, 90%. Like nothing wrong on that. But
Yeah.
just something to keep in mind. Like if you're gonna sell a product and you're about to buy 50 units or like go deeper on it, what I'll do is I'll pull that report, find the exact sell where you can see what they actually charged you. And I want to make sure that I'm calculating with that number right, because you don't want to compound if you're doing something dumb.
So here's a question for you. What do you do if the fee's wrong?
Create a case.
There you go.
I
Circle back.
haven't actually done that yet. Really, if the fee is wrong, I just don't sell it anymore. And there's been some just to be fair, where the fee was less than I thought it was going to be. I kind of guesstimate, this barbecue sauce is 20 ounces. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be $5 and something, and then it actually comes out to be $4.45. That happens too.
I definitely agree with that with the sourcing. Like, definitely go worst case scenario with your fees. If it's a larger item, just go on the high end, and you're likely gonna make out for the better. It also might make you put stuff back, but that's okay because like you want to make money, not throw it in Walmart's dumpster. That cup gets me.
Yeah. 10 plus years. Let's see, 13 years married.
Heck yeah.
You don't give a crap anymore. I should have brought my Deadpool mug. That's what I should have done. Anyways,
that's funny.
Well, that concludes the podcast. We're done. Everybody, you can go away now, and all the pressure is off. You've got enough value to where we haven't wasted.
And we did it in twice the amount of time we said we were going to.
What can we say? It's a failed podcast. So it's the first one. It's like pancakes. You screw the first one up anyway. So, so with all that said, what do you think is going to be the number one toy for Bolo for 2024?
I don't think I want to give that up.
Third party seller. What's his name? I think that's what he goes by. He made some predictions.
That reel that we saw.
Michael is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. The third party _ the third party. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a cool guy.
If you want to be on the podcast, Mr.
Michael,
third party.
This is his prediction.
See, I don't think the cookies are going to do well.
I think he put the cookie because it was on clearance. That's my guess. I agree with you. I don't think like full price flip on those. I don't think so.
No, because they were out too early.
Yeah. Also, advent calendars. Like he put that on there. Every advent calendar is like $50. It's like how you're selling them at resale. Like how am I gonna make money on that?
It's the Lego ones too. Man.
Yeah. A lot of stuff is higher. It seems like people are like
everything's higher, right? Like,
yeah.
Neither
one of us gonna go there.
No,
we're not gonna be political.
I don't. People aren't gonna watch if I say that, so. There's a couple things I'm watching. I'm gonna say that. They're newer IPs. They don't have a lot of history, which is consistent to what I can remember, right? So I'm gonna throw it back. I don't know if you sold the Gabby's Dollhouses.
Of course, yeah.
I have a friend. She's $1 million Amazon seller. FBM 90%. Like she's crazy. She sold like 400 of them. But back when that was hot, brand new, was a newer IP. It popped off on. It was a YouTube show.
Yep.
So that's the kind of stuff I'm looking at, and there's a couple products like that right now that just
like
kind of
the IP trademark claimed us. Don't
No.
sell Lanky Box.
they were. I did pretty good on them last year. The pre Q4 clearance, I cleared out those $17 extra large boxes and the
Yeah.
little stuff. Dude, I sold like 100 of those. That was great.
Sheesh.
Um,
That I think that was one of my first WFS shipments was when I was getting more serious was those clearance Lanky box from last year. So that's why they're pissed because they clearanced them out in store and they think we're Chinese sellers. It's like, no, your crap's just not selling in store. Yeah.
yeah, just nobody wants it anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and it was shared to me, which is why I don't really want to like shit on it, like
Hmm.
and give it out. But I'm just gonna say, watch the newer IP stuff. If something's brand new and you haven't seen it before, and the shelf's empty, probably wanna
Something there.
look
Yeah.
at that. Shared the Bluey Squishmallows. Those aren't they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, it,
The people at Bluey were like, we're gonna freaking cash in this year. We're
yep,
not going out of stock on anything. Like, I think we'll see everything Bluey will be fully stocked.
I
Uh,
agree. There's a couple things that are popping off Bluey that are getting there. I'm not going to say
yeah.
popping off; they're getting there. But I see them in stock in store, so I think it's just lazy consumer and like it's Target, so you can't some stuff you can't ship. So,
Yeah.
um,
We'll know soon. Like we'll like soon you'll kind of start to see the divide of some of the stuff.
yeah,
So and that's where the RA sellers win. Like when that divide starts, OA sellers are just done. Like right now they have to guess and speculate, whereas we're all like, yeah, we'll probably be in those stores tomorrow anyways, like, when the stuff goes out.
what was not last year, the year before was the pigs. Did you sell the pigs?
Oh, of course. That was the year before last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The little
that's
rubber
not what I
pigs with the
said.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the my little mama surprise guinea pig, whatever.
Oh, no, no, I was thinking of a different thing.
Those were still little live pets, but they were like the pigs with the tutus on or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
So I found that in my small group of friends. I
Yeah.
was the first one. There was 12 sellers on the listing.
And then the next day it was like 500, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and that's not a brag either. It's just like that one of my friends had a hard time finding it because her daughter wanted it as a not a gift, but like they were gonna buy it for her if she found it. I
Yeah.
found like 6 on the shelf, and I scanned it, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is going for $100." Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like $61, but I could ship it for $10.
Mhm.
I sold all of them in 2 days, and I was like,
Yep.
"This is it." And then I sold 168 or something I had found. Like we were hunting those like
Yeah.
crazy. Um, so
Good.
it's intuition, it's a group of friends, it's networking with people who are in the same space as you, doing the same thing you're doing. And one of them's full-time RA, one's full-time OA, and the other's part-time RA. So uh, there's other people in there too, but like they don't really do Amazon. We just like to bullshit with them.
Yeah.
So like getting in that group of friends, oh, I'm having a hard time finding something. I find it and I scan it and I'm like, oh, get yourself a group of friends doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to AJ. She's a friend that doesn't make Amazon content that is a
Sh-
killer. That's just
She's,
like
oh my
a
God, she
a
kills it.
genius. And those lots of those people exist. I could name lots of other, I could name at least 3 or 4 other people like that you wouldn't even know. You would never know. And they're making farm content. Like they don't want to talk about
Yeah.
reseller stuff and on the side they're just freaking just spending money as fast as, faster
They're
than
selling more than both of us combined.
mhm. Yeah, that exists. Okay,
Yeah.
last topic. Thoughts on Halloween last year?
I
What
didn't
you
do
guys
Halloween.
you didn't? You just
I don't,
skipped
no,
it?
I don't.
Hmm?
So I didn't do it like other people. I sold 4 inflatables and
Nice.
squish. That's all I did.
Yep.
I don't do costumes. I don't really do consumables for Halloween. Is there a ton of money in it? Yes. I don't want the returns.
Yeah,
Like AJ had a ton of them.
crazy.
I think Heather, one of our other friends, um, Heather Scott on Instagram, follow her. She's great. Um,
Dude.
she had said she got a ton, so it's just not worth it to me. You could get in now, but I'd want to be out like the 27th. Like everything delivered by the 27th.
Yeah.
Get your 30-day clock rolling. Now, on Walmart, I'm doing a lot of seasonal food items this year, which I hadn't done previously. But I feel like grocery has a better pull on Walmart than it does on Amazon for me. For whatever reason, I it's just easier.
Especially Walmart to Walmart. Like Walmart to Walmart seems to do really well with
Yes.
grocery for us.
I don't have a lot of SKUs, but I have SKUs.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Heather Scott, just to go back to the group of friends, around this time last year, Heather Scott made me more money than any other single human, including some of my employers, in
Wow.
the past. Because you've never heard this story. Um,
No.
I found this was before you were in our group chat. Sorry. Um,
Great.
um, I found a dog treat that was selling pretty good. Like it looked good. It scanned well at a place in my area called Bargain Hunt. It's not everywhere, but in my area they have them, and it was a discontinued dog treat. Didn't really do the math. I didn't even merchant fulfill it. I sent it in FBA, sold immediately when it got there, and and
And
so I
then
went
the red flag went, uh-oh.
right. Yeah,
Where's more?
yeah, and so I'd left a bunch, so I went back and I merchant fulfilled them. The price had gone up from in between those two times. I merchant fulfilled them. They sold as like within hours of listing, just boom, 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 gone. And so the beauty of Bargain Hunt is it's a bargain. I was getting it below retail, selling well above resale, and so I was making a crazy amount on each unit. But I ran out. I went to every Bargain Hunt in Georgia. I went into Tennessee. I went into Alabama, and just cleared. Like,
You did a whole retail loop, basically.
this was over weeks that we did that. I have a memory of me and my son. We just walked in. And there was a shelf full of them, and we just went through and just cleared them all into the cart.
It's like that cooking TV show where they're running around the grocery store and they gotta get stuff, so they just like
Exactly what we did, and like
that's funny.
but that's not even the story. Like I made some money. It was cool. That happens all the time. Where it's something like that. You clear the shelf, blah, blah. Well, I was telling them they don't have Bargain Hunt, so she looked in every single store in her area, in Heidi's area, and in my area, looking for more at retail. Well, I had one store. They didn't have any. They never sold, not even one. I think they got one box from a wholesaler, and then they couldn't get their hands on any. And so it was all a benefit to me. They didn't get anything from it. And there's a store here called Food something. I should remember because I've been to Food Depot. Maybe it is.
Kind of like grocery outlet, but different
Yeah,
name.
pretty much. It's more like a Piggly Wiggly. Like,
Okay,
and so
just a
she had
normal like
said,
grocery store, basically.
right. She
Okay.
had said, this store might have it. Do you have one of these? Well, I do. Like less than an hour from me, and so I went, and they had two boxes of them. Well, there's like 37 locations from my house up to Virginia,
Oh,
just in a nice little line. And so I made the route immediately. I was just like, I didn't even go back home. I was like, immediately, just boom, 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 and I went all the way up. And
how
they
long was that trip?
to Virginia, it's like I don't know, 3 hours or something, three,
Oh,
four
okay,
hours.
that's
No,
not bad.
not too bad, yeah. And so I went on to make that trip myself 3 or 4 times, and then I hired a lady from church, and she did it 2 times a week until they ran out.
Woo!
So just
Holy
store to
shit!
store to store, and yeah, it was great. I think all in all, we ended up profiting like 30 or 40 grand or something from that one dog
From
treat. And
one SKU.
yeah,
Holy
uh,
shit!
yeah, it was a
That's
beautiful.
like chlorine level profit.
it was, I mean, and we needed it at the time. I mean, I've been real open. Like we had a bankruptcy. Like we literally were clawing back from like zero and no credit, and so like having that nice little hit. So Heather Scott will always have an a place in my heart because
She
she
dug you out of a hole when you needed it the most.
yeah, being in
Hell
a
yeah.
being in a group chat like that with someone where it's just one DM. Hey, do you happen to have these at this store? And it could be like a huge deal, and then you know ever since then, any chance I can add value or help or do something back to the group chat, like it's like a gang now. It's like
Q4. Let's go.
yep, I'm here for it. So well, I mean, hey, we talked for 55 minutes, and if you're listening to this, that means you listened to us talk for 55 minutes. So congratulations.
Sorry,
Uh,
not sorry.
podcast number one, failed podcast number one in the books.
You sure I can't title it like the failed Walmart sellers podcast?
I think we should. I like that.
At least
Or,
until we get to 11, and then we can make
and
a
yeah,
we'll make it a bit, because you got to have a bit.
the podcast that didn't make it, or this podcast will never make it past 10 episodes. That's the name of the podcast. All right. When I go to title this, what are we going to title it? Top 5 annoying questions all my Amazon seller friends ask me about Walmart.
Yep.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's wordy.
Don't DM me. Watch this first.
Yeah, if you DM me, I'm gonna send you this link to watch this at least the first 40 minutes, and then you can ask me questions. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Should we say something? Oh, I got something I need to say.
Plug the podcast too, because like it's us.
You mean the Discord?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna plug the Discord now. We have a mission with our Discord to make great content that's relevant, up to date, and we have a Walmart course. We have
Affordable.
yeah. It's $9 a month. We're not making any money. I talked about the guy that was DMing me today, asked him to do my marketing. The guy with the skinny tie. I was making fun of him for that, but then he was like, "I'll sell your $10,000 coaching, and I can close XYZ% of however." And I was like, "Dude, I don't have $10,000 coaching. I charge $9 a month, and that's it. And you can buy so it's $9 a month, or you can buy a lifetime pass." And it's like 10 months worth or something like that. So, yeah, it's affordable, but it's got a Walmart course. It's got some other stuff coming, but it also has the last 2 years worth of video content. So interviews that we've done with literally, 8-figure sellers all the way down to regular everyday guys, lots of regular everyday guys like us. They're just really doing it. Like, we just want to talk to practitioners.
There's booksellers, there's wholesaler people, there's Walmart people, there's eBay to Amazon people, there's Amazon influencer program people.
Yep.
There's so much content in there that you guys can benefit from. So, you don't have to, but come say hi.
Yeah. Also, sidebar, if you're on government assistance or below the poverty line, if you're struggling, or have if you're in a rough spot, we have a scholarship type of thing for that. Just DM me. I really want to help people, and James is just in it for the money. That's
Ouch.
he gets half of the he gets half of the $9. That's a joke. But no, for real, we want to help, and it really, really does something for me when I'm able to help somebody. In 10 years or 20 years, we're all going to be a bunch of successful people, and if I can play a part in that for you like that, that means something to me. So anyways, goodbye, everybody. Thank you for coming on the show, and have a good life. If I never see you again, we never record another podcast.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. We're gonna do every 2 weeks.